Good morning, Roy.
Good morning.
How we doing? We got two people here on the break waiting to go. How y'all doing this morning?
All right.
Y'all
Everybody's
deserve a go far.
everybody's ready.
Everybody's ready. Today is Thursday. Howie, what's up, Howie? Howie's the first one. Got his cup of coffee ready to go. Let's rock this thing. I almost said something else, but I'm not going to. Let's go on and before we get started, let's address the elephant in the room that a lot of people have been talking about with Top Step. The 5,000 cap on payouts, which is not really a cap. They're talking about, and they haven't done anything yet. So until you get the email with the notification, and it's going to be new XFAs only if they do it. But they are talking about doing 5,000 per XFA per week payout. If you are freaking out about that, we need to have a talk because we're going to bring you on the stream because you are doing something fantastic we are missing.
Amen.
Just so you know, I've already taken a couple trades this morning. Got 238.80 in Top Step across 5 accounts, and I got three. Let's see what it is. 318.90 in the other boys over across 10. So we are sitting a little over 4,000 days so far. That we're going to call it on the other boys over there and just be content with those and focus on this Top Step. We're trying to get. Probably won't do it today. We're trying to get this bad boy here over 5,000. I want the automatic email saying, hey, we are watching you, which is kind of scary, but it is what it is.
At least they email you.
Do what?
At least they email you telling you they're watching you.
They do that. The only problem is when they take you live, it kind of scares the crap out of you at first because your account goes closed. And the first time it happened, they didn't send an email yet. And my account closed. And I'm like, whoa. I'm talking to support. And they're like, well, let me see. And of course, they had no answers because they don't talk directly to the risk team. So I'm like, and then at like 8 o'clock that night, I got the email saying, hey, you're going live. I'm like, whoo. And then it was a whole bunch of crap because you had to go through, do you want to take a payout? When do you want to start your live? Because you pay CME data fees. That is part of being a live trader. At that point, you are a professional trader, so you have to pay your CME fees. And once you go to that, CME fees start on the 1st, no matter what. No matter when you pay them, they're always the 1st. So if you start on the 30th and the next day is the 1st, you got to pay again on the 1st. Just so you know. So a little backstory behind live accounts. We did have some data this morning, so let's go through the data real quick. Today is Thursday. So let's scroll down here. All this red came out this morning. We actually did not get much of a move off of it at all. So it is what it is, right? But I don't know why they put the same one so many times. My goodness. It all says the same thing. Jobless claims came in at 224,000. Forecast was 215,000. Previous was 213. It was revised 215. So, Roy, what do you say this tells you?
A little sign of weakness in the economy is what kind of the initial reaction is. You got more unemployment claims or jobless claims that you anticipated. Just slight, right? And obviously, is the data correct? All that question, but we can only go off of the data that we were given. So, slight show of weakness in the U.S. economy. So, how does the market?
You had this trade deficit, which kind of actually surprised me a little bit. It went down. I went to 27.96 billion versus 31.81 billion. I'm saying this could be a little bit of the Trump effect that you're seeing there. Of course, we'll know more once he actually takes office, but that would kind of be my guess. And then there hadn't really been much of anything. Federal fund rates stayed at 4.58. December, they were for December the 4th, they were saying for December the 3rd. You typically don't see this move a lot. If you do, we got bigger problems. This usually stays right at the even kill. So, and then nothing else there. I did look up some more stuff on the United Healthcare guy last night. There was actually some shady dealings going on with him. I didn't realize. So he had been accused of insider trading. He had sold $60 million worth of shares or some crap like that, but without announcing there was a DOJ investigation. So I'm saying that, and the more you look at it, it was a professional hit.
Yeah.
Knew exactly where he was going to be, what time he was going to be there. Had a little 22 with a silencer on it, rode his bike up, popped him twice, got back on his bike, was not on another camera after that. This was we saw some John Wick stuff yesterday.
Definitely.
So
definitely.
Here's that. So that's going to be interesting to see how that goes. The mainstream media, they covered it, but they really didn't want to, and they're not covering it much. So I don't know the deal with that. That's kind of strange too. If I was a media guy, it seems like I would be talking about this nonstop. This seems like a big deal to me, but to everybody else, it just seems like everyday stuff. I don't know. I just don't see a CEO getting assassinated every day.
I mean, it caught us off guard quite a bit. That we had to go to actual Twitter to verify the news story.
Was that you that sent the tweet to us last night that said that he died doing what he loves?
Yeah.
Getting his shareholders more money because it popped yesterday.
Actually,
down a little bit this morning, so maybe it's settling in that he actually did get assassinated, and it's not a good thing. But
yeah, the market has no empathy, right? It operates on pure numbers and all that. It just now, obviously, that tells me just from looking at the stock price, not knowing anything else, just saying that maybe he wasn't really beloved by his shareholders. Because if something like that was to happen, let's say to Musk, Tesla would be in the toilet.
The whole market would be in the toilet.
Yeah. So, but we're, not to be, not to be too insensitive about the topic, just trying to look at a chart and kind of read why. A lot of people ask me, why did it go up yesterday? And that's kind of my thought was the market really doesn't care about much human things. It mainly cares about
and you can
numbers
see,
and perception.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Just looking overnight, Roy called it. We were on a slight trend up, but we got stuck in a channel last night, and we tried to break out the channel this morning, couldn't do it. That's where I took a long. I took a short up here, and then I took a long down here, and I should have held that long a tad bit longer, but me and Roy was talking, and I just didn't feel comfortable with it, and I don't think, Roy, you would have felt comfortable with it either. So I just wanted to cut it for a very small gain and got out of it while I could still get out of it green. So there will be opportunities today. We will look for them. We will find them. We will take care of them. So, and when we go through our stuff today, Roy, you still get the same amount of time on Bitcoin. So do not drag it out. You got bigger fish to fry over here.
All right. Well, on that note, let's go ahead and flip over. And well, we did retest that 200. So if you want to scroll back yesterday, we have a test of that as well.
Tested it. Well, one thing, I don't know if y'all remember yesterday when I drew this little line. That line would have been money if anybody played it today. You had two great opportunities to play it, and you would have got very good money on both of them. So we'll look to see, probably if you want to look for something this morning, let's look for this low at 91. That would be my spot to look at. You could look here at 9250, but I like this low down here better to be a stronger move if we hold. But one thing we did talk about, if you do, you got to break this 200 to get there. So be careful if it does get down there. Typically likes to come back to the 200, so it definitely could break. Let's see. Let's find one here. You see you broke below that 200, but you came right back to it. So if you watch that 200 is your level to watch pretty much always.
You have jobless or non-farm payroll data tomorrow morning. So though we don't have much data today, you've got a lot on lot tomorrow that you have to be mindful of. So how will the market quote unquote de-risk into that?
Yeah, you got unemployment rate, non-farm payrolls, average earnings, private payrolls. You got work week hours. You got labor force participation, which kind of watch that one. That's a little sneaky one right there.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we got University of Michigan sentiment that you never know what's happening with it. It could be a big mover. It could be a nothing burger. Typically, we think that's a pretty big mover. You got speakers in the afternoon, and then all you rig people, oil people, you got the rig counts and stuff. One thing today to keep note of, at 10:30, we do have the 4-week bill auction. So it probably won't do a lot, but you got Barkin speaking at the same time, so you could see some volatility at this time. So definitely, you got Barkin speaking back to back for some reason. I don't understand that. He's speaking at 10:30 and 11:15. So either he's not taking a break or he's going to be really quick on one of these.
Yeah, and something we should mention on the reason why we popped up so strongly from yesterday is we kind of broke out of that range was Jay Powell's interview yesterday was actually a one-on-one interview. It was actually really good with the CNBC's Sorkin, and he made some pretty bullish statements. He made some, they asked him about Trump, they asked him about Bitcoin, they asked him about all these things, and it's a good watch if you haven't watched it. But the big thing that came out of it is he basically gave Bitcoin the green light that he's okay with it, and he sees it as a gold storage of value type asset. So there wasn't negative talked about it. There was more positive talked about it. And that's really what drove Bitcoin up and also gave the market a little bit more confidence in riskier assets. So, but again, you do have big data tomorrow. We have been stuck in about basically on average, I'd say a 4-point range overnight. I mean, there was nothing to be had. And so you just want to be cautious, even as these pops look big. They are not, because the chart's scaled down pretty good.
We're going to actually do something we probably shouldn't do here. We're going to take a long, and I'm going to tell you why I'm looking to take this long. And I'm not trying to get much out of it. I just want to get a couple $100 out of it. If you look at these wicks here, that it's giving you on the down. You had one wick up, but it's not liking the downside here for some reason. So, like I said, we're not trying to get much. We're trying to get pop high day. I've got the sell at 69 at 98.50. Looking at Bookmap, we could see 6,100, possibly 6,102. So we're well below that here. You can see the 6,102 level way up here, and you see these at 61 here. You've got a little bit to go through to get there is the problem. So we shall see what happens. We are not keeping a full stop on it. Actually, I don't want that tight, I don't think. We're going to put it right below VWAP here. Let's put this bottom of this candle. And then we'll see if we can get a pop into open. We got 15 minutes still open. Probably wouldn't hurt to move you up just a tad bit and see if we can get there. Might not can. It might stop us out, but I like the long here. And as I've said every morning that we've been on this little streak this week, can't make any money if you don't take any chances. Trying to see if make sure we don't have any news come out that's going to mess me up here, because I got Financial juice open. Tech takes the lead. Nasdaq and Bitcoin blaze new highs amid market uncertainty. Action this morning is largely random and choppy. Well, you can say that
Yep.
again.
Yep.
189th OPEC conference to take place on December 10th. So you crude traders, that is definitely something to take account of. I don't really see anything else. I mean, you got some. I guess you got somebody in France talking. You got some French news coming out. Not much, a little bit, but it's not. It's not anything to move the market with. European Union defense chief floats joint debt funding based on NATO target. That's not really good. That's not something we want to be in. If anybody knows has followed Trump, you know how Trump feels about NATO. He does not feel very strongly about NATO. He does not feel that we should be the ones that support all of NATO. Which I can't say I disagree with him.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with that one.
Well, his whole thing is everybody should pay their fair share, and nobody else does.
Yep.
I think the last time I looked, when he talked about that, we were funding like 75 to 80% of NATO. That's a lot. So he just said, "Hey, yeah. You boys want protection? Give us some money." Oh, mafia style. We're going back.
Yeah. Fair enough.
We had a mafia hit. Might as well get some mafia payouts, right?
So we're trending up a little bit here. I'm going to flip over and just do a quick Mag 7 overview.
I moved my stop to my take profit to the top of that channel. I mean, top of that high day.
So you're back around what, 98.50?
Yeah, 98.25. It might go a little bit more, but I just don't. I don't feel comfortable this close to open. We might get a pop, but I don't feel comfortable this close to open and being this daggum high.
Yeah. It's definitely high. It's definitely on a nice trajectory upward, but it has, and you go to that 1 hour chart that we had mentioned yesterday. It is a parabolic move up. It is not a normal, healthy move up.
No.
So remember that is.
We might go and take it here, to be honest with you.
I don't think that's a bad idea.
I don't really feel comfortable with it again, but if we can get 125 out of it, that gets us over $300 on the day. I think that's a good start. We're not going to lock it yet, but there you go. That's filled. 358 on the day. So we might get a little more out of it, but we're going to be on the conservative side today. We're not going to take dumb chances. Yeah, scared money don't make money, but guess what? Dumb money loses money.
Amen. As dumb money, I can attest to that. So on our market, let's kind of go through it.
On that one, didn't you? You got yourself on that one.
NQ up or down 5 points. I mean, basically flat. It's holding its gains, which is really good. VIX is basically flat, up, just 3 cents. But what was interesting about the VIX yesterday is it was rising as the market was rising towards the end of the day, and a lot of that is due to you're starting to now get those insurance bets getting placed. So going back to what Monty just mentioned, we are elevated pretty much. So he's feeling a little uneasy on his day trades. People are feeling a little uneasy on their swing trades. So they may not want to close it, but they're going to add insurance to protect it, which is not a bad decision to do. Basically, Mag 7 across the board is flat. Not a lot of movement here. The most important thing is it is holding its gains. Nvidia was up 3.5% yesterday, and it's slightly down, just 0.2% today. But again, holding its gains. That's going to be kind of that key theme here. Microsoft up 1.5% yesterday. Again, slightly green here. Google was up 1.75%. It's up 0.5% this morning. Amazon just beast mode, up 2% yesterday, up 0.2% right now. Meta was flat, but again, Meta's been on that very strong tear. So the fact that it's flat and then slightly green this morning just kind of, again, shows its strength. Tesla closed above 350 yesterday, 357, almost a 2% move, and it's up 0.66%. AMD was up 1.42%. It's basically flat this morning. The big one everybody wants to talk about right now, and everybody is talking about right now, is Bitcoin broke the 100K, did not pull back at the 100K test, broke it, held it, pushed higher to 104, and is now holding above $100,000. When that happens, coin is going to move with it. And we had mentioned on this stream that coin needed to break that 310 channel. Well, it did, and it didn't ever. So it's broken above that, and it's now testing above 345. Could see 350 at the open. I would expect a little bit of a cool off on coin.
Hold on now before we go off this coin one.
Yeah.
What's my man in over here?
What's up?
What's my man in? What are you in?
So I'm in $400 calls for next year. So I've got a coin has been my best winner all year. I mean, if you guys have followed me on Discord and stuff like that, I mean, Monty's had a front row seat to it. I've been pretty good with coin. It wasn't hard to do. I mean, I was a big believer in crypto starting last year. So I've got to determine what I want to do. Probably may look to close and maybe re-enter a smaller strike with some of the profits. I have more longer dated calls here, so that is what we'll be processing in my mind around the open. So if I go quiet, no, that's what I'm thinking. This little spot here in my watch list are my swings. I'm AMD, APLD, and Micron. All of these are longer dated options that I'm looking at. Calls, not puts. Going back to crypto, I got Solana pushing up 240. So you're gonna get these alts to kind of have more of a delayed move from Bitcoin. So we'll see how that works out. Not surprising given Bitcoin's move. Dixie went down. So your Dixie is now below 106, 105.92. So it'll be interesting to see that correlation with Bitcoin as it also correlates with gold, who is slightly down this morning. A lot of interesting things now, a lot of new dynamics getting thrown into the mix as Bitcoin kind of legitimizes itself as a reserve storage of value.
If you listen to Powell yesterday, he actually made the comment that pretty much that gold and Bitcoin should be inverse each other.
Well, yeah, basically, he gave Bitcoin the stamp that it is a storage of value. So there's basically a competition now between gold and Bitcoin. Where do you want to put your money?
And while we're on this crypto stuff, I actually have a crypto question for you today.
Okay, what you got?
It's not a stumper. It's the whole hot to a coin thing.
Oh Lord!
So nobody ever gets sued and held accountable for this stuff, but on hers, it seems like they're going to hold her accountable on this. So what can we do legally against her with this?
In the court of public opinion, she's as guilty as charged. In the real courts, so you said that. Let's go to the chart, because if you don't know, Hawk2a Girl launched her coin yesterday. And
within 3 minutes, they rug pull $3 million.
Yeah, she did bad. They did bad. So there's this thing called bubble maps here, and it basically shows the consolidation of all the coins. So not to get too, we're gonna nerd out a little bit here, but let's go to like Chill Guy, for example. Chill Guy is a cool little crypto. You go to bubble maps, and these are the wallets that hold Chill Guy. And what you want to see is like a spread out like this, right? You see all these different wallets don't have, I mean, they have big supply, but 3%, 2%, they're not connected. They're very much apart. Here's Haktua Girl. They have interconnected wallets in this centralized thing that basically holds like 90 or now it's 80% of the supply. I think at launch it had like 95% of the supply.
No,
So they dump.
Here's your rip in the open, by the way. The one I was looking for that I got earlier.
So 3 minutes to open. New high. Probably gets 6,100 easily. Anyway, so back to your point. This tells us that insider trading was happening because they sold it so fast. Now, yeah. And not only 3 minutes, but they had a pre-sale and they gave it a 1 week hype train. So this was not like a launch and dump type deal. This was a, very intentional process that they went through. I don't know so much her involvement. I mean, she's the face of it, which is not good by any stretch. And depending on what communication was brought to her and what knowledge she had of her, they could be just mostly what happens is the real quote unquote bad guys do the bad things, kind of hide in the shadows, and then the person that's the front face gets kind of all the blame. We'll see. I mean, some of those spaces are pretty intense last night that were happening as people did lose quite a bit of money. And
I saw somebody lost $1.4 million in it.
Yeah, I mean,
now why you would put $1.4 million into
it, right?
It's beyond me, but they lost $1.4 million in it. Like, wow.
So I imagine she will be subject to quite a bit of civil lawsuits, and we'll see what the SEC does in regard to that. Crypto's the Wild West, and like you just said, if you put $1.4 million into a meme coin launch on a Haktua Girl, you're not going to get a lot of sympathy from public, but doesn't mean you should lose all your money as well.
So, right? Some personal accountability, absolutely.
Yeah,
some personal accountability is due, but you do expect something more than 3 minutes. I mean, that was strategic. It's almost like they went after certain people, like, "Hey, we're going to take your money as soon as you give it to us."
And it was definitely a coordinated effort. The guy on Spaces was saying how there's a foundation in the Cayman Islands and that they have to pay for those bills, and that's why we had to sell. And the guy was like, "You sold with like 3 minutes into it. You didn't even give it a chance." And it's a pretty intense discussion right now. But like I was telling, I was talking to Led about this, and I said, "Who knew that?" the Haktua rug pull would cause Bitcoin to go over 100K. I mean, sometimes crypto just needs those catalysts, and there it was. So,
well, I think the catalyst for Bitcoin was actually Powell speaking, but we could.
Yeah, no, yeah, the foreign people woke up and heard Powell and said, "Time to party." And there's your open.
Here we are. We are open, by the way.
So we got a little pop. Was that hit 6,100 on the nose?
Yeah, popped up right above it. We're going to let this play out. We're not in no hurry to do anything different. Let's see where we're at. Anybody that's in a scale plan knows that when you get into an XFA, you have to scale. We are $160 away from being able to go up to the next level of scaling on this one combine. So We know it's XFA. You got this one at 46. We need a little less than 400 to get it over. We got this one right at 3,000 now. Fantastic. This one at 23, and this last one at above 2,000 now. So we got every one of these XFAs are at all-time highs. So we got full drawdown on them.
When you say you have to do scale, you have the option to do it, right? You don't have to. Do you have to go?
Well, you
to
don't have
three?
to go up as full thing, but you start at three lots. So
right.
Without looking at the scaling plan, I think we go up to 5 once we go over 1,500.
Yeah,
might be 4. I mean,
on
we
the
trade
50Ks,
2 to 3.
Yeah, 50Ks it's 2, and then when you get to 1,500, it's 3. So similar.
I can't tell you the last time I traded a 50K account. I find them useless, but I'm glad somebody enjoys them. A lot of people love them. A lot of people love them. I don't.
I love them.
You're not alone there.
I love them.
I think
you only trade.
For me, the 100 is the easiest to pass.
Mm-hmm.
But it gives you a little more drawdown than the 50K does. So if you notice these accounts, I've got 3 of them are 100, 2 of them are 150.
Mm.
And then once you get above, 4,500 on all of them, it doesn't really matter what size you have because you got the same drawdown.
True.
And I never go 15 lots or 10 lots. So yet we're working on that eventually, hopefully.
In an XFA.
Probably won't ever go 15. I would like to get to trading 5 pretty regular.
I always liked 4. I would scale up to 4. Those nice round numbers, $100 a point, or $200 a point.
Yeah, I'm not OCD like that on that. You and Snoop had to take his payout, so all his balances were exactly the same when he took a payout. And I don't care. I was taking max payout, didn't give a crap where they were at.
Well, you get this pop.
It got up there. Didn't like it so far.
Yeah. I would say.
Are working on a double top, or is this an elongated? This would be more of a saucer than a cup, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I wouldn't consider that one a cup. It's just ew. Now you could be the handle.
True.
Not really. No. Just
let's look at a longer time. No handle.
No,
It's got a handle to nothing.
Well, this is consolidation. Granted, it's the overnight session, but that's why that tight of a range. It's a hard one. We're back to just get what you can get if you're going to enter, get in, get out. I mean, there is no major data now for the rest of today. You do have the Fed speakers, but there's no data release. You just have the data pending for tomorrow.
The bill auctions, don't forget.
Yeah. But your data for pending for tomorrow. So you're trying to see, I mean, with that data coming in, it looks like you're going to get some de-risking now, whether that's profit taking or shorts covering. I don't know if there's many shorts left, but
the short covering would be, yeah.
I think you saw some of that short covering on Powell. Here's your tide. Calls just nonstop. Puts above the 0 line, but obviously not having the momentum that calls have. And then here's your holdings. Calls way up, puts going down. So that is trending like they want to keep pushing this thing higher.
I click on mine real quick.
Yep.
Look right here.
Wow.
Yeah. 1,000, 1,100 lots sitting there. The problem you got though, here's your problem. Stacked all the way up.
Mm-hmm.
So Good luck figuring this out so far. That's why we're sitting on our hands being patient right now.
Yeah. I mean, a pull down to low a day, and it holds.
Well, low a days, that's where those 1,100 orders are sitting.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. So you could, people want to get in.
oh wow.
Good.
Mexico President Sheinbaum, we hope to have an agreement with Trump administration for them to send deported migrants back to their countries of origin. So Mexico is going to actually work with us on the deporting of illegals. I see. Interesting. Oh, I forgot. MOM balance came out. It was 45 plus 45 million S&P, plus 40 Nasdaq, minus 40 on the Dow, plus 45 million on the Mag 7. When have we seen a plus 45 million on the Mag 7?
Wow.
So they are banking on the Mag 7 to pop more.
I'm gonna guess Tesla had news. Don't mean to cut you off, but yeah.
Wow.
So Tesla 367, up $10 right now, 2.75%. So something has transpired there.
So is the plus 45 million all in Tesla?
It looks like it. Because the rest of Mag 7's kind of doing what we said in the pre-market. Tesla right out the gate just shot up.
Yes, here you do have to. You are coming down and test this EMA cluster, and you have VWAP right there.
Yeah.
So if we break down, we want to watch that 200 to see if it holds in.
Yeah.
We're not going to just hop in anything here. We got 2.5 minutes left in this candle, so we'll wait for this candle to close and kind of see. And we might not hop in another one in the next candle. We're just going to see what it does. If you hop in now here and long, I don't know.
Those orders down
here. The market's got to pull back some at some point. It's been just too strong. 6,100 before the year's out. Who thought that was happening?
Crazy. I remember when 5,000 was a huge. 5,000 was a huge deal.
Yes, I remember hitting 5,000, and it's like a big deal. We went by 6,000. Everybody was like, eh.
Yeah.
But we're sitting here waiting. It's holding at VWAP right now, so. But I don't feel comfortable enough taking a long yet either.
No. I don't like the bounce it's trying to do off VWAP. It's not exactly holding up strong. So I took a short on the other guys. It's a little risky, but
let's talk about ballsy. And you tell me ballsy. This is ballsy here.
Well, my stop would be around 98.50. So I'm keeping it tight, but it's
oh man, look at this.
Yeah, that's gonna hit me. I don't know.
I want to take it long, but I'm hesitating. Should have took it long.
Shouldn't
have hesitated. I don't know if this is a good play or not either.
Yeah, I moved my stop.
too much.
Moved my stop to 99. I didn't. Your orb lows at 96. Again, you're not running away from VWAP. I mean, you had that move, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, Howie actually makes a good point. Why what should do? Which would be 9 our time. Might have to wait for a trend or chop.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then NQ is still in that 5-minute orb, open orb. And part of the reason I went long here is because Roy was short. So
Tesla 3%, 369, still climbing. Nvidia is slightly red. Amazon slightly red. Google flat. Microsoft flat. Apple just turned red.
yeah, Bix is popping now, so I don't like that. 1353. We did see it didn't matter yesterday. I meant to say this when you was talking about the VIX earlier. When I when I opened up my screens this morning, the first thing I saw was the VIX, and I was like, "Holy crap, we got to be down." And I looked, and I was like, "Well, maybe not." They're trending together. I mean, the charts look similar. Roy, looks like you're gonna be the winner on this one, probably.
I don't know. It's still holding that VWAP.
Yeah, just can't get any momentum up. So I look for it to break here pretty soon. Look for it to break. I don't like it here. Looks like we got CBD's gone negative. Negative 700. What's your tide showing?
Tide still a little dip in calls, a little dip in puts. Same in the holdings. It just doesn't want to make a move. I think we're both wrong.
Yeah, how's that possible?
I think I'm going to go ahead and cut it. It's too choppy. Too choppy. I'm going to cut it for just a little bit of a. I'm at break even right now. If it can push me down a couple ticks, I'll take it. No, it's going to go in your favor.
Not yet. We'll see what happens. I would love to be right, but I hate for you to be wrong. So I've got mixed emotions right now.
It's all good.
I've got mixed emotions right now. We're going to actually pull this. We're going to leave it.
A minute.
It's going to get me within one tick, I bet. Maybe not. Sounds like a country song. Yeah, Howie, it does, doesn't it? You know, me and Roy over here, we are a country song. We're a something song. I don't know what the hell it is.
That's a good pop.
What did we get about a tick away from it? Get about a tick away from it, didn't take it. A little more than a tick, but it's so close. I mean, gosh, dog it. Might should go and take $100 out of this thing.
That's ticking up.
Give me my 500 on the day. This right here get me over 500. We're 2 ticks away from it. Is Roy Easy here today? You know all about those 1 ticks. They suck, don't they? I think Roy Easy said it he's done it more than anybody I've ever seen. He was like, get one. Hey, $500 again. The damn streak is alive.
Good job.
How's everybody doing today?
We're battling.
$215 away from getting that automated email. We'll get it on a Friday when nobody can see it. We got this one over 3,000 now. We got this one right at 2,500. We've got this one at 22. And of course, this one's at 15 now. We moved up on the scale list on this one, so we can trade at least 4 if you wanted to, but I don't want to right now. But all right, I'm done for the day. So what you want to talk about?
Nice job. So back at 6,100.
Yep. Right here would be where, even though this is a strong candle, if I was to look for a short, this is where I would look for my short at.
Yeah.
See weakness up here. This is where I would take it short, but of course I can't because I'm locked out. But
Yep. I like it, but I got popped on that other one, so
yeah,
not trying to re-enter so quickly. However, this is the spot that I would like to.
this is the every time I like hit a trade, especially if I go like against Roy and I hit that trade, I think about was it Gladiator? Are you not entertained?
Yeah.
I think every time that pops in my head.
To me, you got the pop off VWAP. It just was a bit delayed.
Yeah.
That big red candle there showed me that maybe we weren't really ready to run away. Now, if this candle rejects up here and doesn't break the high of the wick of the previous red candle, I think we've got a chance for a move down, in my opinion. But
let's look at the hub. So 2,000, and that's on 8 accounts. So I guess it's at a little over 8,000 for the week. And then on that one account, we got 1,500 on it. So that puts us at right at $9,500 in a week just in Top Step.
Nice.
And then we hit 300 over here. What do we hit on these? With 300, we called it at. So 318.90. So you do that times 10, that's another 3,000. We've been what? Let's just say 350 per account on those. So $3,500 a day average. I mean, we've had a very, very, very nice week here. So,
and
copy trading is something special, but you got to be careful with it because you can lose just as quick as you win.
Yep.
You compound them losses just like you compound them wins.
That'll hurt your soul.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. Here's what you got to do, and I've got to do a better job at it. But you got to make sure that when we do have red days, and we're going to have red days. I don't care who you are, you're going to have red days. Just it's part of the business. But the deal is, you got to keep those red days equal to or less than what your winning days are. If you do that, and then you win 4 out of 5 days, you are making a killing for each week.
Kind of struggling here with 6,100, but got a feeling that if it breaks it could be a run.
Yeah, you got to be careful here. So I would lean short, but it's exactly like I've been playing it all week. I would lean short and I would keep my stop. Like if I was to get in, let's say I got in at 60.99, I'd keep my stop right here at 61.01.
Yeah.
A lot of people tell you can't make money if you have a 2-point stop or a 3-point stop. That's bullshit. Excuse my language. It's all about your risk reward. If it breaks here, the odds are it's going to run. So why would you put your stop way up here when you know if it breaks, it's going to go through that stop?
Right.
That's my thought process. And obviously it works because I've been doing this for a while.
Retesting that cluster right now. So it's got a lot to break through if it wants to. But looking at your screen, it does look like there's some orders down there.
Yeah, it is. A lot of orders down there. Howie says that Tesla can't quit, and Guggenheim, whatever, adjust price target Tesla to 175, 156. Wow. Okay. I mean, I don't get
I
some
do.
people. These people.
I do believe they do that to get in the news, right?
They just say something really stupid to get in the news.
Really stupid to get in the news. Yeah.
Well, I mean, what does Kathy Woods have? At least she still got it going to what, 3,000 or something stupid, right?
3,000. Yeah, she's got it like being the largest company ever.
Who's the one that had Bitcoin going to 3 million the other day?
Is that Sailor?
Is that who it is? I saw somebody like, this is just the beginning. If you're buying here, you're not chasing 3 million as the top. I'm like, whoa, killer.
Yeah.
3 million?
Yeah.
I still have my 0.1% of Bitcoin holdings. I'm doing pretty good in it.
Yeah. I mean,
actually, I think it's below 0.1. I think it's like 0.05 or something stupid. But
it's legitimized, right? And now it's been institutionalized, which is a good saying. Is, back when it hit 10,000, people are like, it's a scheme. And then it hit, 20,000, back to 3,000, yada, yada, yada. But it just keeps retesting its previous highs. So those previous highs.
Crazy thing is, I hadn't looked at it. I got it in my coin wallet, and I'm like, So when it went over 100,000, I was like, well, let me look just to see where I'm at. And I got in at 60, right below 61,000.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, ain't this something? I was chasing. I'm gonna be honest. I just put the money there. It was some money I wanted to keep in that coin wallet just to have it in something instead of. Yeah, I've got the same amount and still staked in Sol.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm making decent on there too. So
I think you see that
120.
The percentages are like 7% on Coinbase staking.
Yeah, and well, the stupid thing is I don't have a ton in it. I mean, it's a little bit of money, but it's not. I can't take it out and go do anything fancy with it.
Right. Still though, it's fun.
When it hits 3 million, I'll be able to put a down payment on the house.
Well, gold, if it's being compared to gold, which rightfully so, you can't really compare it to now the companies, because you can't say, oh, well, it's 1.9 trillion, but Nvidia is 3 trillion or any of that. So you have to, if you're comparing it to gold is $17 trillion asset. So
I did watch the what was that movie? It was a documentary about what's his name?
Oh, Satoshi Nakamoto.
Yeah, I watched about that where they were trying to figure out. I mean, you watched it, didn't we?
Yeah.
Where they're trying to figure out who he was, and that was really interesting, though.
Super interesting, super good stuff.
Yeah,
and you learn all about kind of some of the basics of it all.
So the wallet, his wallet still has stuff in there, right?
And it's never been moved. Never been moved.
Never been moved. I wonder if that guy's dead.
That's the mystery. Some people believe CIA created it to track criminals. It's that's not a bad one.
He did bring cocaine to this country to start a crack epidemic. So that's not far fetched.
It's a we can say all this stuff before we're monetized on these videos, but all the theories around Bitcoin and what have you is just adds to the lore, adds to the luster, right?
So whoever has that wallet, if they ever was to come out and be like, you just all of a sudden that wallet sells and it goes empty, what would happen to Bitcoin?
Well, that's been the great debate. I mean, initially it would of course tank because he or she or it is selling billions of it. But I mean, it would recover, and then it would also, what would be worrisome is if the person actually came out and did it and they identified him. What what governments around the world would be after that person?
Right. Just real quick before we continue this, I want everybody to see VIX. VIX is flat on the day.
Yeah.
No change, 0%, right on the money, right where it started at, no moves. And I don't know how ES is actually up. Actually, hey, ES is flat on the day.
Yeah, it's just chop. It's just chop here. I mean,
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, we've been lucky this week. I've been taking trades early and taking my profit early. And I've been avoiding a lot of I've been actually playing some chop, but it was I've been getting in and getting out. And it's worked. So I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing.
yeah,
Dicker says that he was surprised last night with no response from the ES. I wasn't surprised just because of the data we have coming out. That's what I think. That's why ES just kind of just kept chilling, doing his thing. Because I think that's why you saw a dip in gold when ES hit. When Bitcoin hit it.
yeah.
And I think that
Yeah.
listening to J Powell and listening to other people talk, it seems like those are going to be the two to watch. It's if one's going up, the other one should be coming down, and vice versa. Kind of like gold and the dollar. It's interesting.
Yeah,
We're in interesting times right now.
I didn't actually look at IWM how it handled the overnight session or
That is
RTY.
one to.
So
That would be one to look at.
Your volatile move there on RTY could have happened in the overnight session. I'm still in this short, by the way. Down 3 ticks.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, Roy, IWM didn't do a whole lot of anything either.
Okay. Yeah.
So
it was a pretty muted response from the indexes, but all the fun was in crypto. So you did see a little bit of a dip in all the other coins around Bitcoin 100K, because I think the theory I heard, which is pretty good, is maybe people were expecting a dip in Bitcoin at 100K, so they went ahead and sold their stuff around that area, and then when Bitcoin didn't do it, they're like, oh no, they bought it back. I mean, Bitcoin's 103,000 right now, still holding.
Well, when Bitcoin, when it does dip, all the naysayers will be like, I told y'all it wouldn't last. Look at all y'all holding at 100, and then this time next year we'll be hitting 200,000. So I just do you see it end in Bitcoin? I mean, I don't see it ending it. Do you see it ending it anywhere?
No. There's no end to it. It's here to stay.
I mean, I'm talking about it like a top. You see a top, like
a top? No, I don't. I think it's kind of a fool's errand to kind of see it, even if it's 3 million or 1 million or 200,000. I think you're just going to get a gold effect, right? It's just going to keep going up and up and up. And does it have to go to 2 million in 5 years for it to be legitimized? No, it's just going to keep finding buyers around it. And again, it is a limited asset. Now, I think a lot of that is a bit, I don't know. I think I'm getting a little pop here too. Didn't break below VWAP, which is what I was hoping. Anyway, the limited asset side of it. Yeah.
What's your
stop is 6101.25. Entry was 60.97.
60.97?
Yeah.
You're not too far. How many lots? One lot?
2.
Well, you always trade one lot. Why are we in 2 lots?
I know.
See, folks, here's a lesson today. Keep your stuff hanging.
Yeah.
Don't change it.
Should have stuck with the one lot. That's going to take me out here.
Yeah.
Here's your orb high test. Yeah.
That's a pretty strong move off of this time, right?
Yeah, it's done. It took me out.
Well, You know what? You didn't blow the account,
Oh no,
so
no, no.
let's keep that in there. So it's not like we did anything crazy. You didn't go crazy with it. You didn't say, "Hey, I'm gonna go all in, full lots. Let's go
No, that
15
comes
lots."
next.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
We need to put a lock on your stuff. Why am I having deja vu? We do this. It seems like once a week we go through this.
I think
And
it's been like a couple months.
everybody at home watching, Roy used to be notorious for going full. Hey,
Oh, full.
let's cut
Oh,
the 15
full
lot starts
throttle.
off. And it was
Yeah,
for real.
exactly.
And you thought he was kidding. He wasn't kidding.
Yeah, you got to be honest, right? I wouldn't tell lies. Yeah. So the move up here, of course, if it rejects, comes all the way back down. But stay impatient. Now on any sort of new position, the play here would have been to get out at break even. But I thought we would get the break. When we didn't get the break, I should have just cut it when I was talking. Didn't think about it.
Yeah.
And that move was pretty quick.
Yeah.
Well, the move was pretty quick too. I mean, it didn't leave a lot.
You've been wanting to see strength off VWAP. By gosh, you got it this time. Breaking out the top of this up. Here we go.
There it goes.
You know what this means? New all-time high.
So they set the new all-time high.
This is so stupid.
Where's your order sitting?
So you got a wall here, 6104, and you got this cluster up here. Here's what gets me though. Look at all these orders all the way up to 12 to shit. We're not done yet. 6120.
Wow.
6125. 6128. I mean, it's just damn. You got these clusters. This is a huge cluster here, right below us. I don't think I've ever seen 3 deep this far down. Look at it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty much 3 deep all the way down. Yeah.
You got a uptrend in ES, downtrend in NQ. I mean, it's not consistent.
Wow, that is two opposite charts for sure. That is crazy.
Yeah. And now you got NQ testing its cluster.
We don't always correlate, so wow,
so
just going for
it. Going for it. Looking at Tide, you got calls kind of dropping, market's rising, puts are falling.
Really?
Really?
Call volume. Are dropping. Where are they dropping at? They're dropping on people.
Got call volume rising though, so I don't know what's happening there. And yeah, you got kind of a mixed bag here. Tech is red.
You would expect CBD to be like really crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Plus 2,400. Not 24,000, 2,400. So this move might not be as strong as we think it is.
Right. Is it actually the rest of the shorts just saying I'm done and they just covered?
It has to be. Has to be.
And then now what do you do with
you had hellacious volume on this candle.
Yeah. So what do you do with tech, right? If tech starts to recover, you probably will get your 6120.
What we say that's the $500 question times how many accounts you got.
Tesla 371, up almost 4%.
I remember us talking about Tesla like, wow, if it gets back to 350.
Yeah. That was yesterday.
Yeah. Was it yesterday? Hell, it wasn't long ago we were talking about if it can break, if it breaks down below 200 here in holes, this thing could get ugly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we've almost doubled from there.
Got it.
Are we getting back to Tesla doing Tesla thing? Like Tesla's going to be Tesla again?
Is Tesla going to take over NVIDIA's crown as the
Can we have
craziness.
Tesla and NVIDIA both doing Tesla things? That's the
Gosh,
question.
that's too much.
I don't know. A lot of you, I don't know. A lot of you might remember. A lot of you might not. But back when Tesla was the darling, and it was. I mean, what before pre-split and everything? The first, what were we like? 20. What did we get to? 27.
Yeah. So it's had a 10-1 split and a 3-1 split. So yeah, I think it was about 2,700.
And Harry, if you're listening, you know who the buddy is. He when the first time Tesla split, actually he bought one Tesla before the split. And then I think I got him to buy 2 or 3 more after the split. Now, he doesn't have a ton of money in there, but he's made 2 splits. And I'm saying his average is like, excuse me.
Nope.
Sorry, hit my mute time.
No, you're good.
He's got 2 splits, and I mean, I think his average is like 130 something.
Jeez.
And he looked up, last time I talked to him, he's like, how'd I get so many Tesla? I was like, leave it alone. Sit there. Don't say anything. Leave it alone. I don't remember buying this much. You didn't buy this much. Just hush.
There's your orb high retest. So does it hold the 6,100 and push higher? And Q came down a bit, but it's wicking down. I think you do. I think you're about to get a pop up.
Howard, do you trade on futures? You trade NQ pretty much only, or do you trade ES and NQ? Man, that goes for anybody in the thing. Dickard. I don't know if we have anybody else in here that's listening that can answer. I'm interested to see how many people trade different equities. Both. I've dabbled in Dickard ES for you. Gotcha. Me too, Dickard. I'm an ES mainly.
Yes.
Boy remembers I dabbled in NQ a little bit and made a little money on it, but it's just too damn scary for me.
I think it has a lot to do with the DOM, in my opinion, because we do trade the DOM quite a bit, and NQ just bounces around so much.
If you ever look at NQ on Bookmap,
yeah.
So you know how we're looking for these big orders, right? These 400s and this on here, right?
Yeah.
Looking for these orders, kind of a place to go to. When you're watching NQ on Bookmap, you're looking at like 90, 75. And I can't make that comprehend that's a spot to go to. And it goes to it so quick, moves back and forth.
Yeah.
It's just, I can't read it on Bookmap, so it kind of throws me off. That's why I don't like trading it as much. If I could read it on Bookmap, I would have no problem. Like I can look at Bookmap right now and I can kind of get an idea of what I think ES is going to do. I think we're going to come back down here and then we're going to pop back up to 6105 possibly.
Yeah.
And then if it breaks that, we go to 6110. I mean, I can see levels here just by glancing over and looking. Oh, I see these levels. I glance over at Bookmap, I don't see the damn levels.
Yeah.
It's kind of my problem with it. And I mean, I do pretty decent on ES, so I don't really see a reason.
Yeah, why switch, right?
Yeah. And if I was to go to something different, I'm probably going to trade gold, to be honest with you. If I trade something besides, yes. Gold, you say that, but gold gives you the same moves.
Yeah.
You can see it the same. I just got to pay for extra data on Bookmap to get gold because it doesn't come with CME data. So that's why I'm not trading gold right now because I don't want to pay an extra $100 for gold data. And that's what it costs, extra $100, just so you know. I make decent money, but I'm cheap on a lot of things. I buy whatever the hell I want, but when it comes to something like that, I'm frugal. It's weird.
It's a bit odd because it definitely correlates to making more money. But
I get it, but it's a mental block for me.
Yeah, no.
Cool. Well, I don't have Tide. I'll use your Tide. I don't have one Tide. Because I think Tide's a very valuable piece of the puzzle here. You put it with Bookmap, oh man, when they're correlating together, you can make some bank on it.
Yeah. And as you can see, we're getting a little bit of separation now from puts and calls. You had a drop in puts, call volumes rising. Holdings, though, is still trending down. Puts are still trending down. Call volume is rising, though. So
Roy, here's
we
what
are
gets
getting.
me. So CBD, I see. Go back to your other screen real quick because I'm
Mhm.
gonna see. I'm gonna show you how these don't always correlate. So go to the whole. Is this holdings?
Yes, holdings. Yeah.
Okay. So you see the call volume's green, right? You typically call volume runs with CBD. CBD has come all the way back to almost flat to zero.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Now you are seeing a downtrend in the calls.
Yeah.
That's the premium, right?
Yeah.
Call
Premium.
premiums. Okay.
Yeah.
So you are seeing a pullback in the call premiums, which I guess does kind of correlate. But I mean, right now CBD on is 70,
Mm.
30. It's fixing to drop to negative. It just dropped to negative 100. So
Yeah, you're not seeing that
that's
on the options by any
yeah. When they
stretch.
don't correlate is when they're like, I don't understand.
Oh,
Do we get a VWAP break here? This is an ugly candle.
there's your
And this is
VWAP
kind of goes
test.
back. You had this huge volume, right, on that green candle. You had lower volume on the next candle on the red one, but it's also the third, fourth highest volume candle so far this morning.
Mm.
So is it really that much lower volume? Not really. Uh, I think you had. I think we had whatever shorts were left covered there, Roy.
I
I
think
think I
so
said
too.
CBD's gone to negative 1,000 now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So they
negative
cleared out the
1,200.
shorts. Cleared out the shorts. Now they're going to try and clear out some longs. I
So
don't,
that could
you
be the
know,
theme.
this is one of those times where you actually say, is this drop to just kind of get NQ and ES back in line a bit? Because on that drop, you're not seeing NQ drop like that. You actually saw, yeah, it is a red candle, but the previous candle was recovery. So we'll see if
By
it's
the way,
weird.
VWAP is still holding, so it hadn't broken VWAP down yet.
Yeah. And looks like Mag 7 is starting to charge up. So you got more green on the screen with Mag 7.
Yeah,
Let's go through it. So you
Tesla
got
almost
Apple.
4% up. That's crazy.
Yeah, crazy. Microsoft doesn't look good. Google looks healthier. Amazon looks good.
Crazy thing about
Yeah.
this is people look at this and would look at us, be like, "How do y'all watch this? This is so boring." I am so intrigued right now.
It's so fascinating.
Well,
It's
the
so
difference I
fascinating.
think between your layman and what we do is I'm trying to see the why and the where we're going.
Yeah.
Where a layman just looking and says, "Oh, it's moving in a direction." I
Right.
want to know why it's moving that direction and where we're going from this direction. You got a cluster at 95. So here we go. Here's your cluster here that you really got to watch. 95. 95, that's actually not a bad spot there to look for on. Let's find a good spot
Yeah.
here. Right there.
Still holding VWAP though.
Yeah. And look where I drew that line. It's right above the 200. So I
Yeah.
would actually probably look for, if we get this VWAP break, look for this 200 test and then trade off it. Now you can trade off VWAP here, but I just don't. CBD suggesting that we're probably going to get a break of it. And I mean, it's more than likely. All right. We're looking at the possibilities. I mean, yeah, we're negative 1,500 now. So if we get a breakdown here, there's a 200 hold it. Now, if the 200 doesn't hold it and it breaks that, well, then just go on and short the piss out of it because it's gone.
Yeah.
You can chase at that point. But I mean, VWAP is still holding here though. So your EMAs are pointing down finally though. You're finally getting the curve on it. You got your 8, your 13 starting to turn, your 21's flattening out, your VWAP's flattening out. Y'all know how I feel about flattening VWAP. I don't like it. But if we get this break here, negative 1700 on it, this level here, we could actually move this down.
Not seeing it. Not seeing it show in flow yet. So they are definitely at odds.
Wow.
That's holdings.
Yeah. So that's telling you, that right there is telling you it's going to pop back off VWAP.
Yep.
CVD's holding negative 16, negative 1700. So CVD suggesting that we might break down here. But like I said, how far do we break down? Does both end up being right and we come down here and we pop up on that tide moves? Could be.
Could be.
We did see the other day tide was a little bit of a laggard on everything else. So
yeah. Well, and you're getting NQ's getting some upward momentum. So again, I think they're bringing them together. As odd as that can sound, look at Tesla, 4%, 4.24%.
my God. You know, Elon sitting somewhere counting his Dogecoin. You know, they blocked his $58 million salary again. I don't understand this judge in Delaware.
Yeah, she's a bit, it seems personal because Delaware is supposed to be pretty contract friendly.
Yeah, well, I think what you're fixing to see Supreme Court get involved with it. And
yeah,
I'm saying Supreme Court's going to rule with the shareholders that voted unanimously to give him the $58 million. I don't know how a company voted to give him, what was it, like 80%, 85% voted for it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the judge is like, well, no, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm not doing it. No. Like, okay, that makes no sense.
Yeah. And
they blocked it every chance they've got.
If I read it accurately, it was a shareholder with 9 shares in Tesla that brought the suit.
That's the one that did the suit?
Yeah, 9 shares.
That could be my buddy. No, I'm kidding. It's not him. He doesn't know. No, he has no clue. He's like, pay the man whatever.
Well, look, that's why the vote's there. And you know, if they have to do a new vote, Tesla's probably going to end up paying more to Elon.
Well, they did the new vote, and they unanimously passed it again, and because that's what the first ruling was. Hey, you've got to re-vote on this, and blah blah blah. So they re-voted, and hell, I think it passed with more than they did the first time. And the judge is like, nope, I still don't like it.
Just crazy. Yeah.
Like the man started the damn company. Yeah. $58 million is a drop in the bucket to Tesla.
Yeah. It's not personal. It's just.
I watched something. I laughed so hard. So it was Dave Chappelle being interviewed by Joe Rogan.
Mm-hmm.
And Chappelle was talking about when he met Elon Musk, and Elon's like, hey, we've met before. And Chappelle like, I don't remember. He's like, well, there was a couple companies ago. We've actually sit down and talked. And Chappelle's like, dude, I've smoked a lot of weed since then. I don't remember. And they kind of went back and forth with it for a while. And Chappelle said they end up becoming pretty decent friends, and they just kind of hang out every once in a while. And said, hell, Elon gave $150 million to a charity, and the charity came out and talked about how cheap Elon was for not contributing. And Chappelle said they think that's cheap. They ought to see what I'm giving. I ain't giving shit. Nobody. He said, I'm the cheap one. He said the man gave $150 million. They don't call him cheap.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like
don't people take the man gave you $150 million. Take it and be happy.
That was
the
one
world
of the
we live in nowadays.
that was one of the cool things. Well, cool. This is one of the interesting things I liked about Billions is the show. Is they, you know, they bring that up. It should not. You should not be a villain for making a lot of money in the U.S. It's like you cross the threshold, and you get villain. You get this villain status for being overly successful. Now,
Yeah, you get
a lot of
vilified
debate.
for being, yeah. Well, that's
A
like
lot.
today with everybody screaming, well, they should pay their fair share of taxes. Well, if you look, they pay their fair share of taxes.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, well, they only pay so much. Like, yeah, they pay more than your whole family combined,
Right.
and they do charities, and it's not like that. They just like, oh, well, you know what? I'm not paying taxes, and I'm not giving them. They give a lot of money away.
Yeah.
Cut into those taxes. I would much rather give to somebody needy than give to the government.
Yeah. I mean, it's an interesting debate that constantly happens to me.
Negative 2,000 on CBD.
Well, there's your VWAP break. Let's see if it can hold. It's got orb low at 96. There's your cross down on your MACD, your favorite.
Yeah.
RSI is pretty neutral. I mean, a little extended, but not too bad.
Well, look, if I had to choose between the MACD and the RSI, it would definitely be the MACD over the RSI. I think the RSI is
Yeah.
useless, by the way.
Yeah, the RSI is very delayed. Now it's like a combo thing though. You put a bunch of stuff together. It works well with it doesn't work well as a solo indicator, but it works well as a kind of a joint thing.
Now let's take a vote. We have 6 people in here today. I want to vote. If you use the RSI, give me a 1. If you don't, give me a 2.
There you go.
1 yes, 2 no. RSI. See if we get any votes on this. Howie 2. Oh, there's a no.
Fantastic. Thanks, Howie. Way to throw me under the bus. Appreciate
Dicker's
it.
1. So 1 and 1.
All
So
right,
it's
we're
split
going
just like
Dickard. Yeah.
y'all are soloing over there.
Let's pub sub crew. God.
We're gonna get 2 votes. Okay. What are the rest of you guys doing? Y'all paying attention?
I can't find their keyboard.
Almost negative 3,000 now.
So how you feeling on that long on the 95 or 94?
You're gonna wait to see how it responds to it.
Yeah, that's
Remember, we don't. This is not trading wars. We don't just set orders and forget them.
Yeah. Nice move down. I would have liked this about 15 minutes ago.
Very nice move down. Ooh, just hit those. Didn't take all of them. Oh, took them all out there. There you go. Keep popping them right back in there.
Oi.
So it could come below here. So let's watch this area. We're gonna leave that there, but I want to watch there too.
Good volume.
Very good volume on this drop. CBD's going to negative 3,700.
Look at your call volume. Splat.
Yeah, volume told the story there, didn't it?
There's your
holding up at the 200 here though a little bit. Giving a little fight here.
Market tide here has gone puts in charge on the volume side.
Ooh.
So keep
it could break down all of it, Roy.
Could be. Could get a retest here of the orb low and then bloop.
You gotta be look at this.
Or it could just wick off of it and go right back up top.
It's not bouncing off of this.
Nah, it's not bouncing.
It
Yeah,
shows
it's
the
not bouncing.
strength, but this
Yeah.
is I think this is a Hail Mary save right here to hold it up. It either goes trends back up or we break all the way down. But if you did take it along here, you could be like Roy and scalp it for 3 ticks.
Hey,
Was it 3 ticks
$37.
used to play? Was it 3 ticks used to play?
Oh yeah, $37.
No, you did it with more than one though, didn't you? You did it with like multiple lots.
Yeah. Well, combines, I was doing it like pretty not with the rules. Not combines, on the other guys.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah.
But interestingly enough, if you actually look here, why do we have different things? Anyway, I have a rejection. I don't even know what that pink is. Why is our 200s different? So my 200's at 60, 95, 28 on the 5 minute. That's weird.
See what my 200 is over here on.
Sorry, that's on my top step. I have the 200 on my top step.
On your top step?
Yeah.
Let's see where mine is over here on Trading View. It's direct Trading View and my top step are exactly the same. So I don't know what you've done. You got EMA, right?
Yeah. Oh, I did MA, not EMA. That's it.
There you go.
Okay.
I always use exponential moving average. I don't ever use the simple moving average.
Speaking of, where's our 5-day?
Oh my gosh.
60.73.
We could not go through the day without talking about that, could we?
I got 30 minutes. Yeah, I had to get it in. I had a little alarm set.
I believe it.
Sure. Let's see, market tide. You got put volume still in charge. So you put premium not following it. This is a interesting read here. You did get a move down, right? So that put volume did play out. Now, does it keep it? Is it a sustainable move down? I don't know.
I'm believing it possibly is, but I mean, we're still fighting this 200 here, so
yeah,
you can't get a clean breakdown. It's not running away from it.
Let me add that. What color? What color do we want to do? Let's do a purple.
I don't know if you. I have mine yellow. I don't know if you have yellow.
Yellow's good. Let's do yellow.
Yellow's different. I don't have anything else yellow, so I know if I look at any chart, yellow is my 200 everywhere. Even if we break down below this 200, it's coming back to the 200. It's always moving back towards the 200.
Yeah. It put volume starting to get that premium dropping.
Negative 4,000 CBD.
I think we could get a 90 test here. Got any orders sitting at 90?
Yeah. 374.
Not strong.
No, I think what you're getting now, you're getting de-risking to your longs are taking profit. What it looks
Call
like.
premium.
I mean, 6105 is a great place to take profit.
Yeah. And there's your move.
There's that move to the low of day, or this low here we're talking about, that low of day. 6191 is low of day. We should be over here. Probably should have moved that to that. That's what you want to see it hold. Even though you do have a whole thing here, which is what it just bounced off of. And anybody wondering, I'm just drawing at levels that I see, like these are lows. So I'm just going to take it at lows and see if it breaks or it doesn't break. It's not, what I do is not rocket science. It's pretty simple.
Yeah.
And the more you do it, the more you look at it without having to think about it. So you see, we still got a lot to go through to get there. But once it gets there, my gosh, look at these orders down here.
Yeah.
So you got a feeling. I mean, you got to think this is going to break down. But negative 5,000 CVD.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, CVD was not really moving a ton until now.
Yeah, and the tide and the CVD finally came in sync a bit with the volume.
Yeah. And see, look, CVD still not running like you would think it would be on this move down. I mean, typically you see a move from, I mean, 14 points. You would think you would get a CVD would be negative around 10,000, but it's not. It's slowly creeping down with it, which tells you that if they are getting out longs, they're not panicking getting out longs. They're getting out strategically, which is a good thing. It's why we're not getting a drastic move all of a sudden down, a big drop. Now, if we get that big drop, then you're going to see some panic sellers get out. It was 18 degrees the other day, and it's going to get up to 65 tomorrow or Monday. Like, what? Make it make sense. I need a CVD for the weather so I can plan out my weeks.
Oh, I got 27 minutes to do my picks.
Oh, I forgot about your picks. Yeah, get your picks ready. Oh, you got championship week too. Ooh.
Yeah.
I think Harry's busy on Thursday. Harry's in our fantasy football group. I'm having a fire sale. Highest bidder gets first choice, and we go down. I'm selling my team off. We are not making the playoffs, and my team scored 159 points last week, the highest in the league. So I need somebody to pay for it. Do you want a player? Paying for it.
Smart. Let's see.
I see Top Step still has not sent an email out. Everybody was saying, "Oh, email coming tomorrow for sure." Typically send them out in the morning. We might get one later, but they hadn't made their change yet on that cap payout. And I see a lot of people complaining about it. I promise you, I do not see a problem with it. And most of the people that are complaining probably have never gotten a payout.
Yeah, I don't see a problem with it. I mean, it's a lot.
They're doing what? So when Apex said, "Hey, you got the scammers," and they kept calling everybody scammers, they changed every rule. They did all this stuff. Top Step came out and said, "You know what? We're not calling anybody a scammer. We're just going to put a cap in. So if you are doing what we think you're doing, you can't do it anymore."
Right. Which brilliant.
I think it's great. I mean, I still think it's a great idea, and everybody's like, "Oh, this is horrible for." No, it's not horrible.
Yeah,
This is the
people
same
just like
people
to
that did
complain.
the scam to get moved to live. Like, if you're gonna do that, you might as well just play with your own money. Like, why?
Yeah.
You're still using somebody else's money to trade. Like, I don't understand how people can't grasp that concept. Negative
Well,
5,100 now, kind of holding here, flagging a little bit.
and if you are wanting to do it with your own money, then just take the $5,000 out and build up your own money.
Yep.
Not,
It's not as hard as
not
make it out to be,
terrible.
is it?
No. I just people like to be heard. They like to complain.
There is no doubt about that. There is no doubt at all about that. Well, we're still holding this level we drew here. See if we can continue to hold it. I would. I still, if I was still trading, I would not feel comfortable going along here still. Not to say it won't bounce back up, but I would love to see if I was in it. Like I would have probably traded this once you broke. You came back, tested 200. You could have got a couple points on the move back down, and I think there might be more to come with it, but we shall see. We shall see. So what did you last week? You missed all your picks. Did you miss every pick?
All of them. Yeah, all
You
three.
went
Yeah,
over last
yeah.
week.
Actually, yeah, Ofer missed NFL pick by a point, and basically wasn't really even close on the. Well, it was close. Texas A&M couldn't score for some reason. I'm not sure what happened there, and then Kentucky wasn't even close. That one was more pick with your heart.
Fred Meadows, $5,000 is trash. I don't know where you come from. $5,000 has never been trash for me, bro.
$5,000 per account per week. I mean, you're talking, what's that, 250 grand a year per account?
That sounds trash.
That's pretty good, man. Yeah, Top Step.
Yeah, we're trading. That's what we trade. Top Step right here. Yep.
You getting good. Good deal. Let's see.
You have to build 3K to make 5K.
Initially.
No. Huh?
Oh no, you can take your payout once you get your. You really only have to build $1,000 to take a payout. And so you just there's different. Yeah, I think there's a startup little time frame that obviously you have to build the account up, but then once you get that, you're able to make $1,000 a day if your drawdown is comfortable, right? So let's say on a 50K account you have a $2,000 drawdown, so that's pretty risky trying to get $1,000 on a 2,000 drawdown a day.
Yeah,
but for your 100K, there's your breakdown. Did my short fill? It filled. Short filled. All right, we're only down a couple $100 now. I should have taken that in more accounts, but I just took it in one.
And look, we got down below there and bounce up.
All right, let me do my picks while we got our move down before I do something stupid. Damn coin. Sorry. Golly.
Oh man.
I'm doing the picks. I was at 340. I was like, all right, as long as we hold 340, I'll be happy.
Oh, well. Are you still holding your calls?
Oh, of course I'm still holding my call. March. But we broke out of the 310 channel. Let's see if Bitcoin I have pulled. Yeah, Bitcoin's coming back a little bit.
Were you not up a lot in your calls?
No, it really wasn't. It really wasn't up
really
much.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think the time I was expecting to be up. Sorry, I'll say I was expecting to have $50 a contract. It wasn't $50 a contract. That's what I wanted. It got up to like 44, I think. 46. Missing by a couple $100.
Gotcha.
Still green on the position, but just not. Didn't get my. Didn't
It'll
get what I
probably
wanted.
bounce to all-time highs today at some point.
It's coin. It's. I mean, as long as Bitcoin can hold 100K, I think it'll be fine. If it breaks under 100K, I may look to de-risk and just I may move the strike down and move the date closer. That's a nasty candle here on the recovery
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
ES.
All right, let's look
We're
at
gonna
your.
break down. Yeah,
Yeah,
let
that's
me do
fine.
this. Tide, sorry, it's zeros. Tide falling, put volume rising, put volume rising. Let me know if we break 90. Well, we're about to break 90.
6,700. Negative
CVD,
6,700 CVD. Yeah.
where the order stacked. There's only, oh my gosh.
Yeah. But it can go. If it goes, we're coming down. So we'll see. You want to see? You want me to tell you if it breaks 90? So start covering, and I'll say it.
All right, I'm
Scream it out.
covering. Tell me, scream it out. All right, here we go. So last week we had Vikings -2. They won by 1, so that's an X. Kentucky didn't even show up. Thanks, Mark Stoops. Texas A&M couldn't score a touchdown. All they had to do was score a touchdown the 19 times they were in the goal line. Couldn't do it. This week we're going Titans -3.5 against the Jags. No Trevor Lawrence, Mac Jones. I'm not a believer in. I'm gonna go Titans versus Jags 3.5. I got Arizona State winning the Big 12, beating Iowa State by more than 2, getting into that college football playoff. And I got the upset, Penn State. I think they cover, but I also think they win versus Oregon this weekend.
We'll do a side bet on that one.
All right, let's do a side bet on that one. So, what I like about Penn State here, college football chaos, right? You can't have an undefeated team headed into the college football playoff. This college football season can't have an undefeated team. So I'm going Penn State. I think they show up. I think Franklin wants to prove something that he can actually win a big game, and I think he finally does it. Those are my picks. As always, not financial advice. Monty didn't tell me that we broke 90, so I don't think we did, which is good.
We did not. You broke 90 down. No, we have not broke 90 down yet. No, we're still there.
And AMD still doing AMD things right at the open, selling down.
Pipeline. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm just saying.
This is why. This. Oh, you're smarter than that.
Well, he makes a good point here that it's as hard to miss every gets the spread pick as it is to hit every against the spread pick. So I've got
And
skills.
then Roy does a great job of just messing it up on both sides all around. So
yeah, oh yeah. I'll pick the. I think James Franklin gets it done. I saw his post game conference.
I don't care what he said.
Maryland. I like where his head's at. I think
have you seen Oregon? Have you seen Dan Lanning as a coach? My gosh.
I like Dan Lanning.
You're comparing a Ferrari to a Ford Pinto.
I just think it's I think Oregon.
Woo, look at the pop.
I like yeah, that is a good pop. Those college picks, they may not be right, but they saved my ass there because I would have gone short. So let's see your levels. Right, well, those are pretty good levels, Monty. You should do that more often.
Mine's rolling nut every once in a while.
So recapping before we sign off here, you've gotten 4 straight days of hitting your goal. You're 1 day away from your perfect week, which is what you set out this week. I was 500
per day.
Beautiful. I am perfect on Top Step this week. I am not perfect on the other guys, so I'm going to take a quick break, recharge, even though it looks like this market wants to pop up and retest VWAP.
I would still look for a short. CBD is negative 6,400 still. It's not moving with this move. So
Tide suggests the same. You've got look at this. See this yellow tick up, but then puts rising, calls falling, put volume. That
so you got
is
Tide and CBD correlating with each other right now.
yeah. You need put premium to get above that 0 line, but you got put volume showing up. Now, was that a short covering here?
I mean, you could have had a quick one. Yeah, you get in up here, and then you cover down here. Yes, absolutely, it could have happened.
Yeah, your day trade raging, right? So
you saw decent volume when it move up, which is kind of, but then the candle down right before it, you saw equal volume. So the crazy thing is it's almost 10, and we're not seeing a huge drop off in volume yet. So there's still some players here. So be careful whichever way you decide to go.
Yeah, this is a candle by candle the long side, but I don't like that this candle, the wick at the top.
And if it bounces here, then it's going to be a perfect one. But like I said, it's still got to bounce here. So might do it. I'm not touching anything. I'm locked out. I've called it a day. There's no sense of taking any chances. We are where we are.
Yeah, this can go either way. You're at the 200, right below the 200. 8 curling down, VWAP curling down. Yeah. Not really liking a move here, one way or the other. Yep. This was the move. This was the move off of VWAP. Bounced up. High, couldn't get, set a new high, had a wick at. You could have played the orb high break. Didn't retest orb high and bounce. It broke down. Then it gave you a good entry here on the VWAP test bounce, and it never cleared the previous candle. Could have shorted there. I did short here when it finally broke VWAP on this candle. Got a few points out of it, but it has not been easy this week. A lot of chop. Might have been in and out, so just take it one day at a time. As you guys can see, I've had a red day on it, or you guys heard, I didn't see it, but I've had a red day on the other guys, but can't let it break your demeanor, can't let it break your strategy. I got popped in my hand because I did two when I normally do 1. That's okay. Go back to 1, get it back to normal. And live to play another day.
That is exactly right. Well, we appreciate you guys this week. This has been a fun, interesting week. We will catch all you guys on Monday. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Hope everyone banks the rest of the week. Make a lot of money tomorrow. Make us happy. Make us proud. But just remember, like Roy said, trade consistent. Don't change your lots. Trade everything consistent. That way you're even kill. You make money. You lose the same amount. You don't take stupid chances, and you live to fight another day. That's the main thing, preserving capital. So, but besides that, peace out, everybody. Hope you have a great weekend. We will catch you guys on Monday.
All right. Bye, guys.